What if you could delay customs duty payment on your imports or completely avoid it and boost your cash flows without worrying about export obligation? Sounds interesting, right? If you are an importer or a manufacturer, paying lakhs or even crores of customs duty and waiting for the sale to happen to recover customs duty costs from the customer can significantly impact your working capital cost. All of the export incentive schemes like EPCG, Advance Authorization, SEZ or EOU schemes come with a significant export obligation. Failure to fulfill such export obligation can land you in penalties as high as 500% of the value of the goods involved. That's why MOOWR scheme matters. Among the other things, it does not impose any export obligation and it does not provide any strict timeline for storage of imported goods in the warehouse. Hi, I am Pradeep Reddy, a chartered accountant with over 10 years of experience in customs duty, GST, foreign trade policy and VAT. Over the years, I had the opportunity to work with businesses of various sizes, handling their tax disputes, helping them claim their refunds faster, and also handle their whole gamut of tax compliances. Watch till the end. I'll explain the benefits of the MOOWR scheme with a real world example and also the drawbacks of the MOOWR scheme. Further, you can download the checklist of documents required for obtaining MOOWR registration from the customs authorities. Traditional customs schemes sounds great on paper, however, they come with lot of complexities. While the duty exemption schemes like EPCG, Advance Authorization, EOU or SEZ allows you to import goods without paying customs duty, it comes with a stringent export obligation requirement. Failure to fulfill such obligation can land you in heavy penalties and interest, and that penalty can go up to 500% of the value of the goods involved, not the 500% value of the duty involved. So therefore, if you fail to fulfill the export obligation, the benefit you might have already received will be much lesser than the penalty you may have to pay in the event of non-compliance with the export obligation. On the other hand, importing goods by paying customs duty upfront can block your working capital for a significant period of time. With raising cost, every rupee stuck in customs duty is a severe blow to your competitiveness. For the importers or exporters who are worried about export obligation and the penalty involved in it in case of non-fulfillment of export obligation, the MOOWR scheme is an alternative solution. MOOWR means manufacture and other operations in a warehouse regulation scheme. While the MOOWR scheme has been in existence from 1966, the government has reintroduced it after aligning it with the WTO norms. And the best part is, no export obligation. It is available to any manufacturer or processor, whether big or small, whether Indian or multinational, irrespective of the location or investment size. What else it offers? Allows import of raw material and capital goods without payment of customs duty. If such raw material are used in manufacture of finished goods which are sold in the domestic market, then the customs duty initially exempted has to be paid back, most importantly without interest. And if such raw material are used in the finished goods which are exported out of the country, the customs duty initially exempted shall be waived off. And then if the capital goods imported are subsequently re-exported of its useful life, again the customs duty which was exempted earlier shall be waived off. Now let me illustrate this with an example. ABC Limited is a manufacturing company. They are registered under the MOOWR scheme. They imported capital goods worth INR 1 crore. Had the company not been registered under MOOWR, the company might have ended up paying customs duty of 10 lakh rupees, which is 10% of the value of the capital goods. Under the MOOWR scheme, they are not required to pay this 10 lakhs. Assuming a lifetime of 10 years for the capital goods, the company can save a working capital cost which is calculated at 6% of rupees 10 lakhs, which comes to 60,000 per annum into 10 years. So therefore, over a period of 10 years of the lifetime of the machinery, the company can save up to 6 lakhs in working capital by opting for the MOOWR scheme. Similarly, the company has imported raw material worth 50 lakhs which is used in the manufacture of finished goods, and those finished goods were entirely exported outside the country. Assuming a working capital cycle of 3 months, ABC Limited could save a working capital cost of at least of INR 1.5 lakhs, which is calculated at 3% of 50 lakhs by opting for the MOOWR scheme. Imagine keeping more working capital inside your business and selling the goods in the domestic market only when you are ready without any interest charges. With MOOWR scheme, you will get that flexibility. While MOOWR scheme is amazing, it is not without any problems. Here are the 4 important drawbacks you should be aware of before taking a decision whether to go with the MOOWR scheme or not. Number 1. For every DTS sale, you will have to file separate bill of entry for home consumption for all raw materials which are utilized in manufacture of the finished goods. For example, if you sell 1 unit of finished goods by utilizing 10 raw materials which are imported under 10 consignments, then you will have to file 10 bill of entries for home consumption even to sell 1 finished goods. Number 2, no depreciation benefit if you sell the capital goods imported under the MOOWR scheme in the domestic market. On the other hand, if you intend to sell the capital goods in the export market, the customs duty which was earlier exempted shall be waived off. Number 3, no benefit under RODTEP or MOOWR scheme. Considering that the typical benefit under duty drawback and RODTEP schemes amounts to at least 4% of the export value of the goods, it is analyzed carefully before deciding whether to opt for MOOWR scheme or not. Number 4, the Finance Act 2024 empowered the government to exclude specific goods or specific operations to claim benefit from the MOOWR scheme. This makes it tricky and make it uncertain for the importers to plan for long term. If you find this video helpful, follow me for more such videos. See you in my next video.